Number 10. The Untraceable Assassination Tool. Picture this: in the 70 seconds, you're sipping coffee at a crowded spot, feel a quick prick like an insect got you. Glance around? Nothing. Hours pass, and boom, you're gone from what seems like a plain old heart failure. This gadget came straight from CIA labs. Back in 75, Senate hearings dragged it into the light. They even demoed the pistol. It shot minuscule ice darts, finer than a needle point, loaded with deadly shellfish poison. Hit the mark, and the ice vanishes in body heat, triggering a killer cardiac event. All that's left? A faint red speck, easily mistaken for a bug bite. Autopsies? The toxin's a ghost, undetectable back then. Perfect for staging natural ends. It surfaced via the Church Committee's probe, forcing the CIA to own up. But usage count or current stock? Radio silence leaves you wondering who's still packing one. Number 9. The massive germ trial on a city. In 1950, the Navy pulled off Operation Sea Spray, dousing San Francisco with microbes to gauge bio-attack risks. They loaded up huge foggers with Serratia massicens and let it rip into the mist. It blanketed the place, hitting 800,000 folks who breathed it in unknowingly. Brass patted themselves on the back for the win. But soon, hospitals like Stanford saw weird infection spikes, urinary issues tied to that exact bug. One guy, Edward Nevin, didn't make it. His family sued, but courts waved it off for national security. Didn't faze them, they repeated it in 239 other spots. Stayed buried until 76. Turns out, Uncle Sam treated its people like lab mice in a giant petri dish. Chilling, right? Number 8. Sugar moguls buying off experts. By 1967, research was pinning hot woes on sugar, threatening the industry's golden goose. Their fix? Shell out cash to shift blame. The Sugar Research Foundation handed 3 Harvard brains, the equivalent of 50 grand today, to pen a review. Goal: finger fat as the villain, give sugar a pass. It landed in the New England Journal of Medicine, sparking fat phobia everywhere. Cue the 80 seconds low-fat frenzy snacks ditched butter for heaps of sugar, all while folks thought they were eating smart. Funding ties: hidden since disclosure wasn't mandatory. Bombshell dropped in 2016 with unearthed correspondence. Too late, decades of bad diet advice had already sunk in. Makes you rethink that healthy yogurt, huh? Number 7. Project Acoustic Kitty. Yep, the CIA blew millions turning felines into furry bugs. They wired up cats with mics in ears, transmitters in necks, antennas woven through coats. Basically, kitty cyborgs. Plan: let them prowl near Russian spots, snack chatter, beam it back. Cats look innocent. Who'd peg one as a mole? But felines ignore commands like pros. First test: drop the modded Moggy near a Soviet site. It bolted straight into oncoming cars, squashed by a cab in minutes. $1 million investment, gone in a flash. Talk about 9 lives wasted. Declassified files from 2001 spilled the beans, including a dry note: cats just don't take direction well. Priciest pet fail ever documented. Number 6. CIA's media moles. Mid-1950 seconds, amid Cold War paranoia, the agency roped in journalists to push their narrative. Fearing red propaganda, they didn't launch papers, they infiltrated big ones. Recruited from NYT, CBS, Time over 400 by the 70 seconds. Readers gulped down stories that might have been agency scripted. Clueless. These hacks didn't just report, they seeded fakes, axed bad press pieces, spied via interviews. Congress sniffed it out in 75, piling up proof. CIA vowed to quit, but only with US journals. Foreign ones? Fair game, apparently. Leaves that daily news feeling a tad suspect, doesn't it? Number 5. FBI's War on Citizens. 1,971 break-in at an FBI outpost netted stolen files, exposing COINTELPRO, a scheme to wreck lives of troublemakers. Beyond surveillance, they mailed fake cheating claims to spouses, floated snitch rumors about activists, even pushed suicides. MLK got a nasty anonymous note. End it all before your fraudulent side goes public. Targets? Anyone pushing change rights fighters, peaceniks, feminists. Ran 15 years undercover until those burglars hit pay dirt. Without that heist, who'd know? Makes you question what else lurks in those vaults. Number 4. Gulf of Tonkin hoax. This fabricated clash kickstarted Vietnam, and brass knew it was bogus from the jump. The 2nd of August 1964, USS Maddox pokes North Vietnam on purpose, draws real fire from boats. Fine, but August 4, crew reports torpedoes, unloads 300 shells at Ghosts. Skipper even messaged, probably no real assault. LBJ hits TV anyway, sells a second attack to the nation. Congress rushes the resolution, greenlighting undeclared war. McNamara, Johnson, NSA all in on the lie. Cost 58,000 US lives. McNamara fessed up in fog of war years later. Ultimate bait and switch with deadly stakes. Number 3. Plot to fake attacks on US soil. 1,962 top military minds pitched staging terror at home, pinning it on Cuba for invasion pretext. Signed by Joint Chiefs Chair, no half-baked notions. Ideas. Explode US ships at Gitmo, sink refugee boats. Real folks, fleeing, hold mock funerals. Even rig a plane as a civilian liner, fake a shoot-down over Cuba while the actual craft hides. Distress calls sell the story. Plus, bomb Miami and DC, blame Havana spies. JFK nixed it flat. Docs stayed sealed till 97. Close call, what if he'd said yes? Dodged a self-inflicted nightmare. Number 2. Guatemala's human guinea pigs. 1,946 US medics head south to test on the defenseless kids without folks, psych ward residents, inmates, troops. Aiming to track STD spread, they didn't observe the infected on purpose. Hired carriers to expose others when slow direct injections, even into spines. Over 5,000 victims, all unwitting. Docs gloated in letters about the lax oversight abroad, buried for 60+ years till 2010 archive dive. Most never learned why they suffered or died. Human ethics tossed aside like yesterday's trash. Number 1. MK Ultra mind games. Thousands lost chunks of time. Memories wiped courtesy of CIA's real-deal brainwashing bid. Over 130 sub-projects in 80 spots. Hospitals, schools, clinics. Subjects often clueless, including agency staff. 1. Frank Olson got slipped LSD at a retreat, jumped from a high-rise days later. 94 exhumation hinted at pre-fall blows. Soviets rumored to have mind tech, so CIA threw the kitchen sink. Hallucinogens, hypnosis, isolation, shocks, abuse. Goals: erase intel, extract confessions, craft sleeper killers. Most files torched in 73 exposure, but a filing flub saved thousands unearthed in 77. Scope staggering. What got shredded? We'll never know. Wrapping up these shadowy tales that make history feel like a thriller. Which one hits closest to home for you? Share in the comments what government secret scares you most.